20 minutes after lifeguards gave final warnings and left the beach, 3 young Chinese men went swimming in Backpackers Rip. The men were rescued by members of the public, but one man remains unconscious. He's not breathing and doesn't have a pulse.
A classic summer's day down here. People are swimming everywhere, ignoring the flags, ignoring the dangerous current signs, and it's just a matter of time before something kicks off.
6:45. Pack-up time and final warnings are issued.
The lifeguard service is packing up and going home for the day.
Stay close to shore all the time. There is a bit of a dangerous current here.
Out there and the flags have come down, so you are now swimming at your own risk. We do recommend you jump out of the water.
We're here for 13 hours a day. We pack up at 7 p.m. We warn all the public that we're finishing for the day.
We'll be back at 6 a.m. Please be careful.
At the end of the day, we can't be here 24/7, and the general public need to take responsibility for their own actions and if they're going to stay and be in the water.
7 p.m. and it's still 27 degrees.
Get out, people. You're done. Leave.
Yeah, go home. Go to your families.
Before we go home, we assess the beach. If we need to do overtime and hang around, we will. Tonight, it's like a pond. There's a small rip in the south corner, but that's about it. So we're heading home tonight.
We finish and hopefully no one goes swimming after that. But yeah.
At 7:15, the lifeguards finally go home. Then, 20 minutes after lifeguards gave final warnings and left the beach,
Guys, watch out!
3 young Chinese men went swimming in Backpackers Rip.
People take that risk, and I wish they wouldn't do that.
The men were rescued by members of the public, but one man remains unconscious. He's not breathing and doesn't have a pulse.
Just get back.
Off-duty lifeguards saw the commotion.
Mate, I was just after work swimming at Bondi and just seen the helicopter flying around Bondi, so I raced over and sure enough there was a resuscitation in progress in the south corner.
Even if I was off duty, I still help people. It's one life. There is no price for that.
Paramedics resuscitate the man using a defibrillator.
I got a look at him as they were walking up the beach, and he wasn't looking real good at that stage.
He has a pulse and is breathing, but remains unconscious. It's unclear how long he was underwater.
We put such a big effort in for those 13 hours of the day to make sure everyone goes home safe, and when you hear of something happening after hours, it can be devastating.
A day later, and the man remains in hospital in a coma. Head lifeguard Hoppo believes inexperience led to the tragedy.
On pack up that night, there was only one small rip down south where Mario did the rescue during the day. The rest of the beach was quite calm and flat. So what I think happened was the 3 walked into where that small rip was, and then eventually couldn't stand up and started panicking.
After last night's tragedy, Mario isn't taking any chances with Backpackers Rip.
Hey, go over there, close to shore.
The tragedy weighs heavily on Mario, the last lifeguard to leave the beach before the drowning occurred.
It's so important. That's why we get so sometimes angry, you know, like with some people that they don't want listening us, because it happened like in a blink of your eyes. It's like people can lose their life, you know, and then yeah. My mission today is to stop everyone down there.
Why?
Because they're drowning.
Don't get yourself in like this hyper-vigilant state over that. Like how many people swam down there yesterday?
Yeah.
You know, thousands.
Yeah.
We did a good job.
Yeah. I felt very sad, very, upset.
Today, news of the man's condition has been relayed to the tower.
So how is he going? He's been in a coma for about a week, and they're flying him back to China today.
so he can go be with his family. So I thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, it's just as I said, it's a fine line, you know, when you come down the beach and play in the water. Life and death. Well,
that's pretty heavy. Hey, yeah, it's heavy. Yeah. You boys did a good job though. Yeah. It's hard, you know, pretty sad.
The man isn't expected to survive. Mario was the last lifeguard to leave the beach, just minutes before the man drowned.
Yeah, I wish I could help him before, you know, like, it's very sad. This moment got me, I don't know. I had quite a few, you know, in the years of lifeguarding. I don't know why, it's just so close, you know, like, it's very touching.
3:30 in the afternoon, and Backpackers Rip is swallowing any swimmer who gets too close to its jaws.
When I looked out, I saw two swimmers very quickly getting into trouble pretty close in, and then a bit further out there were another two. So that's when we had to make a decision on there by myself, calling Mario in. And then Yatesy had to come for help as well.
A little bit further south, come in there, yeah. When I got there, they were pretty bad conditions and the water was moving so much. The waves were breaking even in shallow water, like pretty badly. That was pretty hard. I remember the first one I got in, it was a girl, she started hugging me so strong, she was so scared, she was going fully under.
Riding a 400-kilo jet ski amongst swimmers and waves takes special skill and raw nerves.
So I had to turn around, the waves started breaking in front of me and I was on the side. I was trying to do the best.
Hit by a wave side on and the jet ski will roll. A badly timed pull of the accelerator and Mario could run over someone he's trying to rescue.
I quickly realised that it was too much for him to handle, so I called Yatesy in and I went in as well because someone was going to drown. Yatesy and I were whistling. It wasn't something planned, it was just an instinct because we were trying to get their attention. It sounded like we were herding dogs, but we were just trying to get the guys safe. 3 lifeguards, 2 rescue boards and 1 jet ski. Yet the situation is quickly getting out of control.
So I get out to Mario and they're all clambering all over the ski. There's 3 or 4 of them and it's happened before, you know, people they're so desperate they just jump on. They're in danger of really tipping the ski over and if the ski goes over in that environment, it's not ideal. This girl is hanging onto the back of the mat and I have to prise her fingers off the mat to get her onto my board. It's kind of organised chaos.
All 4 swimmers are accounted for, but they're not back to safety yet.
In that sort of state, you've really got to calm them down because they're a hindrance not only to you, but to themselves. You know, they're endangering themselves. If I wasn't there within a couple of seconds, it could have turned nasty.
The waves just took us from underneath, and then the next minute I was just getting swept out and just couldn't even swim back, it was that powerful.
There's nothing worse than feeling helpless, like there's nothing you can do.
I couldn't get a breath in and then I saw another wave coming, so, you know, I was struggling for a lot of air, but yeah, we just got swept out really quick. I was quite surprised how quick. I'm quite a strong swimmer, I think, but it's really hard to get back, man.
It was just a nightmare. Like, for the guy who was driving the jet ski, he could have easily, like, been in jeopardy, like, gotten caught under one of the waves, the jet ski crashed over, like, it's not an easy job. They put their lives in danger for us.
The backpackers' holiday hasn't come to a tragic end. Mario is very happy.
Didn't lose anyone. I did my best. It's pretty crazy.